Testing. Testing. Mm-hmm. Testing. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Testing. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing this evening? I see we have lots of different locations. And hey, Maryland, too blessed for stress. I think everyone knows we're in Baltimore, so welcome, Maryland. Um, Griffin and Chandler. Don't you mean Freddie and Chandler? Big brother. Get rid of Eric. Hey, Detroit, I see Bobby Ruffin, Rosemary from California, Sophia from California, uh, Alyssa from Tobago, the Caribbean, uh, Murray from Calhoun, Georgia, North Carolina, KQ4UU, and Wyoming, Michigan, Louisiana. So SubFam is calling from all over the place, which is great to see. And thank you all for joining. And I think I want to start with Young and the Restless because out of all the people that we've been talking about on Days of Our Lives that are not being put on contract, has anybody heard about Hunter King? She got a new TV show picked up where she's gonna be like Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman type show out in the Wild West or whatever. So does this mean that Summer broke up Kyle and Lola just so she can leave the show? Or does it even mean that something tragic is going to happen to Summer, that, her and Kyle get their fairy tale and then something happens? Hopefully it's more of a go off a cliff and show up a couple years later versus she dies. So what do y'all think about Hunter King? Will you miss Hunter King? She did Life in Pieces. She was definitely she was still able to do both shows, but with this one, it's on a completely different network. It's on ABC, and it looks like she's a major character, not a supporting character. So, how do y'all feel about Hunter King possibly leaving Young and the Restless? Summer breaking up Lola and Kyle just so she can lead a show. Oh, Cable's not here because he doesn't get out of work till 9:30. So I won't see him until Friday when we film Soap Fam. Since Soap Fam didn't come out this week, we're definitely gonna try to get the new spoilers out on Friday, so y'all get them way early. And I'm sorry about last weekend; just too much work got us caught up. Yeah, I like Hunter King. I prefer her Summer. I doubt I'll be watching a show because I'm not a fan of westerns. Um, but I think it's kind of silly to break up Kyle and Lola if Hunter's leaving. It doesn't make any sense unless they're killing her off. Hey, Bridget from Clinton, Maryland. Oh, Bridget, you're also in Maryland. Hey, I'm Baltimore, Maryland here. Um, Barbara, well, you're in luck, but I don't think some Lola's gonna go running back to Kyle if Summer leaves or whatever. I think that they're saying that there's possibly a who's the daddy type storyline between Kyle and Theo with Lola, but we'll see how that pans out. If that's like this was on an unreliable website that said that, so that's why I haven't put in any of the Soap Fam's spoilers. That's just like rumor from an unreliable site. And Lissa, I agree with you. I agree with you that Kyle and Lola, I just felt like they were definitely from two different worlds. And I hated every time Kyle would get chastised for spending money when he's rich. It's like, what's the point of dating a guy who's rich if you want him to pretend to be poor? I'm just saying. Well, I've always liked Summer and Kyle, so I didn't really care for Lola and Kyle. Well, we're going to talk about Young the Restless now, Tori, and we're going to make our way to Days of Our Lives. We want to get more people coming into the room because we know that that's going to be one of the big shows that everybody's going to talk about, especially with all the firings that's going on. And so yeah, so that looks like that quadrangle is coming to an end. Maybe they'll bring in somebody new. Maybe that's why they brought in a bartender to take up Summer's spot. She may be making eyes at what's her name, Mariah, but maybe she'll actually, you know, be for Kyle or Theo or somebody. They are at the she does work at the same place as Lola, so it's possible. Well, Rosemary, she's going to get replaced by another man stealer, so might as well keep the one you know. Hello, Valine. Thank you for joining us from Trinidad. Um, yeah, Lola and Kyle were pretty boring. They, I would say that I can actually say they're literally as boring as watching paint dry because they had scenes where they're actually painting their house, painting their apartment because Lola didn't want a house because the houses cost too much money. She wanted to live in a small apartment over top of the cafe. Thank you, listen. Yeah, I mean, why should Kyle like downgrade his lifestyle because Lola's insecure about money? I think that they've made it so that Theo is truly a match for Lola. That's the kind of man that she's actually attracted to. She even said that she liked that he's a little bit of a bad boy. Um, and so I think that Theo really is more up her alleys. Yeah, we're going to talk about the firing on days once we finish with Young and Restless. Is there anything else on Young and Restless that's going on that have interested y'all? Right now, I'm disappointed in Ripley. That was a whole bunch of nothing. Um, and Lynn, we'll talk about days after we get some more people in the room. Right now, we got 51 people in the room. We only have 15 likes, but we have 51 people in the room. So please hit that like button. Um, I know I'm early too, so there's a lot of people that aren't expecting us to be on until 9 o'clock. Um, well, I'll say this one thing about Days. He still looks like a kid. I can't really see him being a major teen scene type player. Maybe he will be, but he really is just a kid. And um, and Colin Lola are broken up. She taped up his boxes, and I read that the divorce is pending. So they're actually expediting their breakup. It'd be interesting if they recast the Summer. I mean, I'm open to it. I like Hunter King, but if she wants to go, I'm fine with that. I think a lot of us are watching Young and the Restless out of habit. Um, yeah, a lot of us are watching Young and the Restless out of habit. We don't really care about Young and the Restless. Um, I don't think they'll recast Summer, but there's all. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. Um, I mean, look at Phyllis has got recasted back to the original. So, um, Lulu was at how many Abbeys have they had? Three, four. So, I mean, it is a possibility that they could recast her, but I would really want them to get somebody good. Um, I know the bartender looks like she's from Mariah, but I don't trust that Young the Restless will continue their lesbian storyline if they really do phase out Tessa. If they keep Tessa on the show, I can see the bartender being for Mariah. But if they break up Mariah and Tessa, I think that Mariah will flip back to being straight. Hey, Lynn, welcome, Pace, Florida. Yeah, I mean, I can't hate her for wanting to do new things. She's still a young actress, and there's a lot of actors that get jealous of the ones that actually make it out, like, Demi Moore and uh, Sarah Michelle Gellar, and all those type of people. They develop a career outside of soap successfully. Um, so, and it's not just those, so many people, but hell, even Lawrence Fishburne was on the soap. Um, Um, yeah, Young and Restless and Bold and Beautiful are definitely falling behind when it comes to the storylines. I think that Bold and Beautiful have dragged this Thomas Hope story for over a year, and they're not really coming up with a bunch of new stuff. And I think fans are actually tired. They're really, really tired of the same old Thomas desperately trying to get Hope for 2 years. So, or a year, for a year. That's a potential, Bobby. Thank you, Mr. Kurt. Yes, please hit that like button. We have 27 likes and 67 people in the room. Let me see. They didn't have to bring Christian Keys. Yeah, Christian Keys is a waste, and it looks like he's gonna hurt Victoria. So Christian Keys' character hurts Victoria. He's out of there. But that's the same as like when they brought the guy from General Hospital on, who held the Grand Phoenix hostage. We were all excited about him being on the show because we know he can act, and that was what, a 2 week gig. So Christian Keys looks like he's going to be the same type of waste on Young the Restless that the other guy was. Yeah, yeah, but hey, if the recast is better than Hunter, then stay where you are. Hey, Florida. I don't know what the secret is with Chandler. I mean Chase and Adam. I know definitely that Risa is part of the secret, and I know in our soap fam group, there's a lot of people speculating they're hung up on that baby from Christmas. Like, that was a quick story and run. That let that baby go. Let that baby go. You know, but as far as I know, that baby has nothing to do with Adam or Chance. And she's in Genoa City. She's not in Las Vegas. So let the baby go. Well, Gwen, we're still talking about Young and Restless. I'll switch soaps at 9 o'clock. So we got still a couple minutes left if you have your Young and Restless questions you want to throw in there. But I will say that the writer said that Michael will find out about his baby in February. So we don't have that much longer to go. And the guy that just woke up with a coma, I forgot his name, but that's how much Lucas. His name's Lucas. Um, Lucas says flashes of memory that's coming back. So, and they're talking about a potential Nell murder mystery. So, I think it's all going to come to the ahead at the end of the month. But hopefully, there's no Nell murder mystery because I like Nell, and it would be a waste of a major character. It's like when they got rid of Helena. You know, what was the point of getting rid of Helena? On my Instagram, I mentioned the return of Helena and got over 300 likes. She is like a major person that people love, and the writers aren't listening. Okay, Lisa, I wonder if they're going to make it happen with Amanda and Nate. I really want Amanda to have a triangle with Nate and Devon. I want that so bad. But they're forcing this Billy and Amanda situation. When they were sitting up on the roof screaming and hollering, I was like, that's that kind of bonding. I would love for them to just be friends, but the more I see the storyline play out, I'm seeing Amanda and Billy being a couple when I actually feel like it should be Nate and Amanda because that would drive Devon absolutely nuts. Plus, I feel like Amanda still has something to do with taking Devon money. They keep bringing that back up, so hopefully that'll be a twist because it'll make her just like Hillary. Well, there's been no confirmation that Lola's going to be pregnant. There's unsubstantiated websites that continue to say, you know, what if Lola's pregnant? Lola might be pregnant. You know, it's like they don't say directly that Lola's pregnant. They talk around it, but a lot of people just read the headline, you know, Lola pregnant, you know, who's the father, but they don't actually read the article where it's speculation. Um, they Amanda is very underdeveloped. She's been on the show since September. We don't. Can you tell me what Amanda's personality is? I have no idea what Amanda's personality is. I don't know what her motivations are. Um, I don't know if she's lying or telling the truth. She's not really associating with a lot of characters. They're really keeping her between Billy and Nate. And I really need them to stretch out and have her character be more involved with more people. Now, one of the things I wanted to talk about with Young and the Restless is this is the worst soap opera cancer line I've ever seen. It is so boring. And the actors, they are not being given, the talented actors are not being given good scripts to play out this story. Like when characters like uh, uh, Adrian on Days of Our Lives had cancer. Oh man, that's where you pull out the tissues and everything. I don't know what they're doing on Young and the Restless. It's like they have no idea how to do a cancer storyline. And it's really annoying me because they're just wasting so much airtime on a story they don't know how to write. I was kind of rooting for something to happen with Billy and Amanda. I thought she would be person. I I think honestly, the writers have no desire to ever change Billy. Billy's character will always be the screw up. And if he ever became like normal, regular guy that doesn't screw up, he would be what Jack is right now. Boring with no storyline and no love interest. Or think about how boring Lily and Kane were. I don't want that for Michelle Morgan. Oh, Jakari, if you're not late, I was early. I started like 8:40 because I got off work early. So I said, let me come on early. Um, I don't know what habit that is. Oh, Young the Restless. To stop watching. Okay, I've fallen behind um on messages. So look, Victor's going to keep himself for putting Victoria in a big seat. I think once Victoria gets hurt, this is just me guessing that with Victor's 50th anniversary and Victoria being hurt by Ripley, I think that that's going to force Victor to step back into um, taking control. And when Victoria gets better, that'll probably be an issue with her. But that's just my guess about how this is going to play out. Victor's character in retirement is boring. Oh, hey, how you doing, Honey Smile 320? Thank you for joining us. I started a little bit early. I think that threw a lot of people off. Um, I don't blame Billy for leaving your hospital. Um, I don't blame him for leaving. They didn't treat him right, and they weren't giving him any storylines. So why stay? Okay, guys, we have 39 likes and we have 93 people in the room. Please hit that like button, please. Hey, Sarah, welcome to Soap Fam. Hey, Kira. Thank you, Alyssa, for watching us. Hello, Tori. Well, I mean, that's going to happen. They pretty much set it up so that Carly and Brando, they're going to cheat. It's just a matter of when May sweeps, November sweeps. I don't know which sweeps period it'll be, but Carly and Brando, they had chemistry. So I'm ready for another Sonny and Carly breakup because Sonny and Carly together have been boring. And they had a baby that nobody wanted, and now they're not even showing. I don't know if Hunter King's leaving the show, but she did get a new show on ABC, and it looks like I'm not sure if she can do both. But I'm waiting for the word now that her show's been announced. I'm waiting for the word to see if Hunter King will be on. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be on for long. Not at all. Okay, Lisa. Yeah. The writing is piss poor. I'm ready for them to change writers. They hinted that the writer was going to change, but so far it hasn't happened, and the stories are just as bad. Alyssa, I don't know if Sally's going to die. I hope she doesn't die. I really enjoy the character. I love the actress. She's, you know, I love the fact that she gave Hope that dog. That was an amazing scene. Um, I'm hoping that they said somebody on Bolden Beef was going to die. I'm really hoping that Sally having 30 days to live is just a fake out. They didn't tell us exactly what was her diagnosis. So that still gives me hope that whatever she has, it was a misdiagnosed or curable or something. But I really hope she's not the one that they said is going to die. So I'm so pissed. Yeah, I really don't want Sally to die. And let Flo give Sally her other kidney. I don't care. Let Flo die. We don't care about Flo. Unfortunately, they don't know how to write Victoria. Um, she, she she hasn't really been written correctly since I've been watching. I like the actress Amelia better when she was on All My Children. See, this is my problem. I like Peter. I think Peter has a lot of potential. I liked him as a villain. Um, I think Spinelli is a hypocrite um, because he works for mobsters. He breaks into systems. Like he could totally lose his entire family because he's always illegally breaking into systems for mobsters. So yeah. But I think that it's time to start talking about General Hospital. Um, so please send me your General Hospital questions. If you have any other questions about Young and Restless, let's slide them in for the last time for the last few. Um, but I want to talk about General Hospital. And after General Hospital, we'll talk about Days of Our Lives. We now have 101 people in the group and we have 52 likes. please hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. It lets YouTube know that this is a good video for soap fans, and they will continue to recommend it and put it in people's notifications. But it's when you hit that like button. um, so with General Hospital, did anybody notice for the last 2 days Kelly Monaco woke the hell up? Kelly Monaco, remember, she's an actress, and she's not whispering, and she's not saying her lines under her breath. She actually looks like she likes Jason. It's crazy. I'm like, Kelly Monaco, you turned back into Sam. What happened? I know she was depressed about Billy leaving, but I was like, where's she come from? Did anybody else notice Sam suddenly remembering how to act, be an actress? And I really didn't like the fact that Finn and Anna, their argument today, I kept thinking, what if it was Violet? What if Violet did something she wasn't supposed to as she got older? She was a sweet kid now, but you never know what could happen uh, to anyone. That was Anna's child, and Finn had no right to go against her. And yes, Jacarius, she did get her groove back. Well, it was 2 episodes, and fingers crossed it continues. Yes, Leela, we can actually hear her now. She doesn't look like she's begrudgingly there. Okay, Rosemary. Yes, you noticed that it wasn't just me. And let me see, Cheryl. Kelly's being so Jason needy to needy own him. Yes, Phoenix, you're right. Thank you. And it's like she really didn't want their relationship to break up today. She was like crying. I'm like, Kelly's actually crying and not doing that fake crying she's been doing for the last 6 months. You know, I saw the Robin Masters theory, and I immediately started thinking about Robin Matheson. Um, I think that's how you pronounce her last name. We need her to come back. Franco needs his mother to be crazy and add some more crazy to the pot because we miss Robin, or at least I miss Robin. Yeah, but I think that when Steve Burton came back to General Hospital, it was really noticeable that a lot of actors gave him the cold shoulder on camera, especially Maurice Bernard, Laura Wright, and Kelly Monaco. They all definitely were tight before he left, but I think my guess is him defecting to Young and the Restless. I think maybe people felt they betrayed. This is just me guessing out there, but they definitely weren't acting like the Four Musketeers. Now, Laura Wright is clearly back on the Jason page. Seems like Kelly is now back being cool with Steve. And Maurice Bernard, I can't say that they've mended fences. Just for the simple fact that Sonny and Jason don't feel like Sonny and Jason. They still don't feel like it, even when he's like, you're to blame for all these attacks. You're not doing your job. I was like, okay, we're not used to this dialogue between Sonny and his best friend Jason. Hey, Ethel, thank you for joining us. I know I started a little bit early. Um, Finn and Finn and Anna have been hanging on for by a thread. I'm still not sure if she's not her sister actually, but they clearly have had sex, and hopefully he can tell the difference between one sister and another. That's bold and beautiful, but yeah, I hope Kelly is Bill's daughter, but they are nowhere near um, touching on that. They're not even close to it. They're still working on Liam getting back together with Steffi and Bill and Katie. So yeah, they're nowhere near that secret reveal. Even though I think what happened. Yeah, Sam and Jason actually looked like the old Sam and Jason with the dragon figurines. Um, yeah, I've been looking for the official, like I've seen that General Hospital was renewed, but I've been looking for the official announcement. So I think I might have missed it, but if I find it, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on uh do a video about it. No, 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 Angela. Spinelli needs to grow up. He's the new Urkel, and I don't have time for it. He's a grown ass man with kids, and when he's calls Maxi Maximista, I'm like, ugh, good Lord. I feel like the way Sonny feels about Spinelli at this point. I'm not saying that the actor should leave the show. I'm not saying they shouldn't bring Spinelli back, but the Spinelli and Maxi magic is gone. I used to root for them die hard. I was mad when he left the show, but now I don't see that same chemistry there after she had that amazing relationship with Nathan, that mature relationship with Nathan. I feel like Spinelli would be going backwards. I really hope Valentine lives up to his name. They introduced him as the worst of all of the worst Cassidons, and so far that has been sorely lacking. I think finding out he's not I, you know what I want to happen? I want Valentine to turn out to be a Quartermain because he's somebody. Helena's his mother, but did Helena get her groove on with a Quartermain and nobody knew it? It's possible. It's possible. Actually, I wanted Sally and Bill together. It looked like they were building towards it, but now we don't even know if she's going to live past the next 2-3 weeks. It's all up in the air. Even Anna said, I don't know. So I think the writers can go either way. Here we go. I hope that Rebecca comes back to the show. They're talking about her more, so the way she left, it doesn't make sense that she wouldn't at least find a way to check up on Violet. Yeah, Kelly woke up. Like, did she have an argument with Billy? He was like, now I'm gonna do my job. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, she would do always do that. Okay, but not a tear dropped from nowhere. I was like, God, just quit. And I remember when she did Dancing with the Stars and won, and she was getting all these offers, and I was like, I hope she doesn't leave General Hospital. But now I don't care. But hopefully, now that she seems to care about her character again, I may change my mind. Yeah, but they're supposed to bring back a new Drew. They were looking for a recast. So unless they figured out a way to um, win Billy Miller over to actually bring him back to the show, I don't see her getting excited over a recast. The like button, I don't know what device you're on. Can anybody help her find a like button? Because currently we have 65 likes and 111 people in the room. So more people are liking. I appreciate it. Um, yes, Heather Weber. That's what I was trying to think of because I kept thinking Gina Capwell, but that's Santa Barbara. So I said I can't say Gina, but well, I miss Gina Capwell too. Hell, I miss everybody in that cast. and Passions and Sunset Beach, the whole nine. I think they're trying to make Franco and Ava a thing. Will who cheat first? Will Nicholas cheat with Liz, or will Franco cheat with Ava? Franco was very calm. Let me see. Well, I mean, we love her from both. I loved her as Greenlee. Rebecca as Hayden isn't much different than Greenlee. Now that when she first came on as Hayden, she was a very sexually aggressive type woman, which is unusual for a soap opera. And then all of a sudden, now she's just a regular soap opera character. But I do enjoy her antics. Honestly, I think it's a dream. That's just my guess. I can't see Valentine shooting Jackson getting away with it. He already threw Ava off a parapet and got away with that. But I don't think that Nina would co-sign Valentine shooting Jax without snitching. Um, so, so I'm kind of thinking that's just in his head, but I could be wrong. But yeah, I just guess that was a dream. I don't know. Are you talking about Steve Burton and Bradford, whatever his name is? Um, yeah, okay. I mean, they have their fans. Anybody who comes to that podcast are going to love them because that's why they're there. But the rest of us, hmm. See, I started watching Young and Restless towards the end where Dylan was about to leave. So I didn't really get the full effect of Dylan on Young and Restless, but I know Cable prefers Dylan over Jason. Mm. Yeah, I don't want Peter to go too either. So hopefully there'll be a twist. I mean, no, because I think the guy playing Baldwin is like between 65 and 70. So he looks younger than his actual age. I saw his age not too long ago, and I couldn't. And he was either 65 or 70. So Franco doesn't look like he's, AARP. I like Sonny now that he's gotten better storylines. Although I am ready for Mike to go. I'm tired of Mike at this point. It's like dragging out Dino and Young the Restless. You know, he's just stuck in a storyline where he's just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Um, I don't know a female character. You talking about the one from Young and the Restless? Yes, Jeannie Francis has been on General Hospital for a long time. She was recently shot, so her character's in the hospital. Hey, China Doll. Hope you had a great rehearsal. Um, yeah, that's a little embarrassing, but I'm sure she laughed it off. You know, yeah, oh yeah, but I'm sure that's not the worst thing she's ever heard. Yeah, he drugged them and everything, and they have no proof about it. So It's all speculation and the way soap operas work. If he can turn evidence on somebody else so they can use him, then he ain't going nowhere. Um, the verdict is still out on her storyline on General Hospital. Um, yeah, the verdict is still out. So it's 9:23. We're gonna do 2 more minutes of General Hospital, and then we're gonna do Days of Our Lives, and we'll end with Bold and the Beautiful. So um, any last General Hospital questions or comments? Um, I mean, they're just dragging their feet on Trina's storyline. I'm sure the Who's the Daddy storyline is going to be her main storyline. But we'll see how that all turns out. Well, I think that Charlotte would become the devil if she's taken from her father. Lulu doesn't realize, how detrimental that would be to her daughter, or she doesn't care how much her daughter loves her father. She can't say kill Nicholas anymore, so she need to let that one go. I will be right back. Okay, didn't want to do that on camera, but let me see. Let's see, what did I miss? Sheree, I'm sure they will tie that all together. That's where they're going to. Yes, I missed. Yes, Helena will be back this month, and technically, we're officially talking about Days of Our Lives. So, anyone that want to talk about Days of Our Lives, have any questions, any predictions on who's next not going to get a contract? Because so far we've lost 4 people. We've lost Casey Moss, which I think his last day is Friday. So there will be no more JJ Devereaux after Friday. I was told, I haven't seen his exact end date. I know it's like this week or next week, but somebody in our SoFam group said that Soap Opera Digest said his last day is February 14th, Valentine's Day. About 6 months ago, I did a video talking about who was exiting, and I read that Casey Moss and Haley, the actress that plays Haley, were leaving together on Valentine's Day. So there's a good chance that JJ will get killed, and him and Haley will go off into the heavens. But we'll see. It's only 2 more days. Um, DD, why are so many curves leaving days? Seems like they're cleaning the house. It's a smaller budget. It's as simple as that. There's a smaller budget. A lot of times when soap operas lose a lot of characters, um, usually to make room for a bigger person's salary. Like when Jason came back to General Hospital, a bunch of characters had to leave. When Stephen Nichols came back to Days of Our Lives because he quit over money. They wanted to pay him less money. He said no, and so he quit. So other characters like Trip had to go, so they could afford Stephen Nichols. But I don't think that's the situation. They renegotiated a new contract. The contract is smaller, so they're just deciding that they're letting people go. They're just letting people go. And I think we will get some new people on the show, but I don't think there'll be any major characters coming back. Depends on who you consider major. When I say major, I mean like Allison Sweeney. Yeah, you got to pull up the Brinks truck for her. You're going to lose Will, Sonny, and a couple more people to get Allison Sweeney type money. But from what I understand, Allison is only coming back for like another brief storyline. So not going to get excited over Allison coming back because I love her every time she's on the show. But until I see she signed at least a year-long contract, then I can't really get into her character the way I want to because I love Sammy. But yeah, they're not cleaning house. They have a smaller budget, and we'll probably see some other actors that cost less come back. So, like the Last Blast reunion, I'm sure a lot of those actors are going to be a lot cheaper than some of the people they let go. Let me see. The only way John and Marlena go is if they retire, period. And now I'm worried for Abe because if I was doing the budget, Abe is probably one of the characters I'd let go. There's also a chance that Julie's husband might die. Um, I don't have any proof of that. I read on a website they were saying that his anniversary is coming up either this week or next week. I think it's next week, and that he might die. But because they said a character is going to die on Days of Our Lives. Now, I'm assuming it's JJ, but it could also be Julie's husband. So a lot of these older actors, like I think Marlene and John are safe, but I think some of the other older actors might be asked to retire. Um, Unfortunately, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh, hey Jenny. Now we didn't just talked about General Hospital for a half hour, and you weren't here. Now we're talking about Days of Our Lives, but hopefully you can see some of the earlier stuff and maybe have some questions answered. Evan is going to be the baby's daddy. He potentially is the one that killed Jordan. I'm still hoping that Jordan is alive and faked her death, but if not, Evan is the one that did it. Well, they're bringing on, Sammy's son is one of the people they're bringing on. He don't cost a whole lot. Um, so yeah, and I've been hearing some horrible rumors about some other major actors that they're not bringing back, but I'm hoping that that's just a rumor. So that's why I'm not saying any names. I've seen some people say the names in the group chat. I've ignored it because I don't know 100% if these actors' names they're throwing out there are leaving. Right now, it's just speculation. So, um, Maggie and Victor. Also, even though we're talking about Days of Our Lives now, feel free to talk amongst yourselves in the comment section to get some of your questions answered while we do these Days of Our Lives. Because the big thing is no more Will and Sonny. So I dropped that video today, letting everybody know that Will and Sonny will be off the show as of September the 18th. Friday, September the 18th is their last day. Freddie Smith went on ahead and made that announcement. And Will and Sonny have such a huge fan base. I know Days of Our Lives is going to catch hell. And Freddie said if they ever came back, that they would be gone at least 6 months before they could write them back into the show. He also said he can't say whether or not the characters live or die, or one of them live and one of them die. But he said he can't do spoilers. But yeah, no more Will and Sonny. And I think that fans will have a fit if they don't get a happy ending. I think fans will really let NBC have it if those two characters don't have a happy ending. Um, now, so I see somebody saying leave Lonnie alone, get rid of Gabby. Personally, I love Gabby. We all need a good villainess on the show. Kate really isn't a good villainess anymore. Um, so they're not really writing her as one. We know that when Louise Sorrell comes back as Vivian, she's not going to be there for a long time. She's probably coming to see, oh crap, my son's alive. I'm sure she'll be a part of that story. He comes back in May. She comes back in June. Um, um, yeah, so I read that Jen gets bad news, but the fact that JJ leaves abruptly, I'm thinking the bad news is JJ gets killed. But maybe they came up some other way for JJ to leave the show. I don't know. Yeah, Sylvia, I 100% agree. Gabby is, I mean, she basically held up the show almost by herself for the last year. She only slowed down because she didn't have a Stefan. They didn't quite know what to do with her after Stefan. And I mean, even though I like them having black representation on the show, Eli and Lonnie are not it. But I'd rather have them if I can't have nothing if they don't have anybody to replace them. Um, but yeah, Gabby is needed on this show, so they need to pay Camilla whatever they need to pay Camilla to keep her on the show. I'm sorry to hear that, Jenny. But once this telecast is stopped, go back and watch the General Hospital portion. I think you'll enjoy it, and you can always come back to the Soap Fam group and discuss anything you saw from the show's the earlier part of the show. But if not, have a good night. I don't think it's about me not liking Steve playing Stefano. It's more about the story doesn't make sense. Like when Stefano kissed Marlena, is like just because you get her to believe John is dead, supposedly, it doesn't mean that she would be anywhere near ready for a relationship with anybody for a long time. So that storyline of let's make John think Marlene is dead, and let's make uh, Marlena think John's dead, and then we'll both have them. And I'm like, so they're not gonna have a funeral. They're not gonna check back at home. you know, they're not gonna want to see the body. So I was like, that was like one of the stupidest plot twists I've seen in a long time. It doesn't make sense, which is why I keep telling myself this is just a dream. I don't know if it'll play out as a dream, but that would only be the only reason why any of these decisions make any piece of sense. Also, Jennifer just remembered about Gina. Couldn't she have remembered that a little bit earlier? Um, so I'm like, because she could have remembered it as Hope pushing her, and then at the last minute remembered that um, she found out Hope was Gina. So I felt like they kept Jack and Jennifer completely out the loop and out the storyline. And another thing I can't understand, unless this is a dream, how can you just go from Salem to Prague in like a scene? It's like, oh, we're in Prague now. Nope, now we're in Salem. It's like, it don't work like that. Whose plane did you use? How fast is that plane? The Czech Republic is not around the corner from Salem. I'm sorry that little things like that makes me feel like it makes more sense if it's a dream. But yeah, just the way they're like, oh, I'm in Prague now. Oh, you too? See, there's so many rumors out there about what actors are going to live, what actors going to die. The only thing we know about Abigail is that she did not sign a long term contract. So I've been waiting to see how they write Abigail off the show because she's actually done more episodes than was reported. But I think that's why Abigail doesn't have a storyline because she didn't sign a long term contract. And honestly, she can take Chad with her. I was mad when Chad left the show, but he's been daydreaming through his scenes. And I'm like, you're a really good actor. And maybe he doesn't like the storyline. I don't know. But Chad has been a waste of time on the screen. Well, there was a spoiler like back in November that said that the time jump would turn out to be a dream and that Jennifer or somebody else who was knocked out would actually be dreaming all of this and that the time jump would end with them waking up from their coma. So I remember there was two people that was Julie. It could have been Julie when Julie passed out, or it could have been Jennifer. And somebody even said Marlena could have been the one dreaming. But yeah, this everything we're watching now. There was a spoiler from a reputable website that said that the time jump is a dream, and the time jump ends in February. So we've only got like 2 more weeks to find out if it's a dream or if it's reality. I don't think he's awful portraying him. I think it's the storyline, not the actor. I don't know. The only ones that I know about are the ones that have been announced. I've heard speculation about other people leaving the show, but I don't want to say anything for sure unless I actually know. Like I read it from a reputable site, or I have a couple of insiders that will send me information. If it's not an insider telling me, and if it's not from a reputable site, then I can't say anybody who else is leaving. Right now, I'm just as surprised as anybody else. I just know that it's not going to end at Casey, Galen, Freddie, and Chandler. I know they're not the only four that's going. I know there's going to be more people, and it's going to be more shocking. And I don't care who they bring in, but some of these actors, their leaving will definitely hurt the show. Period. I don't know when the daytime Emmys are. I've never really kept up with when the Emmys are. Um, Especially now, they don't even put them on TV. They're like online. Bloopers on the shows. I mean, you might be able to get that stuff online. Somebody else mentioned that, but if JJ's last day is the 14th, then what's going to happen to him? And then Lonnie's wedding continues next week because I think, what is it? Julie fakes a heart attack to trick Gabby um, and on Monday. And on Tuesday, Gabby admits the truth about what she did. No, I'm sorry. I think Monday, Julie fakes a heart attack, and it's either Monday or Tuesday that Gabby reveals what she did, and then on Tuesday, Rafe arrests her. So, so yeah, Gabby's about to get arrested. I don't think she'll be in jail that long, but that's about to happen. Like I said, there's so many people out there that they're saying might get killed. And I don't think they're going to have a bloodbath. So I sincerely doubt that they're going to kill a bunch of people. I think they might kill one. If they kill Jennifer's father, he's off camera. So Yes, Maureen. I love Gabby, and I'll be mad if she's not put on contract. She's needed. Thank you, Cheryl. I think Stephen Nichols is doing as good of a job as he can. He's not going to be the other actor, but he does kind of the way he talks. It is sounds like Stefano, at least when he's angry. Yeah, yeah, but I mean, it's one of the better shows, hands down. I think this wedding's going to blow everybody away. Well, I mean, Steve's coming back. It's just a matter of when and how. But once everybody knows he's Stefano, that's pretty much in his story. And the time jump story ends in February, so I hope in March we'll probably have a whole new storyline going on. And even if Gabby gets arrested, if it turns out to be a dream, none of it matters. It really none of it matters. I mean, I can understand Kayla not knowing that that's not Steve, because her feelings are hurt and she thinks that he's fallen in love with another woman, and I mean she doesn't know it's Steve, because she's hurt. Yes, what is a soap opera without villains? It's just boring. If everybody's happy and there's no drama, then the, there's not a show. So, any other things about Days of Our Lives? Because I'm sorry to see Rafe go. That was a big blow. I was shocked about that. But it seems like any of the major characters to leave the show, it's going to be a gut punch. I agree, Sylvia. Okay, I'll answer the last day's questions, and we're gonna move on to Bold and Beautiful. We've got 14 more minutes, but Bold and Beautiful is boring. It's nothing's really happening, so it's not a whole lot to talk about with Bold and Beautiful. Um, but we can talk about Bold and Beautiful. Good lord. You mean to tell me that Brooke doesn't know that her drink has been spiked? She can't tell the difference between juice and juice with alcohol, especially being an alcoholic. That is one of the stupidest things I've ever seen. Stupid. That's just stupid writing. Brooke doesn't know she's drinking. And then now that she's had a taste, she's looking over the alcohol bottles like, oh, I need some more. And then um, somebody on Bold and Beautiful was getting engaged. I'm thinking it's going to be um, I had a brace Thomas, Thomas and Zoe. I think they're going to get engaged, and that'll make Hope jealous enough. The idea of Douglas having a Zoe as a stepmother will make her step in and want to be Thomas' wife instead. That's Thomas' plan, and I think that's actually is what's going to happen. And then hopefully Zoe won't go crazy like everybody's predicting. I would love for Zoe to fall into the arms of Carter and start that storyline going. And maybe want to take down Thomas together for making a fool out of her. Let's do that. Let's not have Zoe go crazy and then get written off the show. So let me check out the comments. Um, I don't watch Bamboo, but the alcohol juice sounded pretty funny. It makes no sense. I don't drink alcohol, but I know that the times that I almost accidentally drank it because, somebody was trying to be funny or something, I smelt it. So I put the cup down, you know. She should have known. They promised us that Steffi would get a new man in September. It's now February. So I think they got hung back up on the whole Liam and Steffi and that portrait over during the fireplace. And of course, Liam is going to want to leave Steffi when he finds out that Thomas called her in that case. That kiss was forced or tricked. Um, but I would love for Thomas and Hope to get married just to see the look on Brooke's face. It'll probably really will drive her to drink. Okay, they did not say what's wrong with Sally. She got a diagnosis off camera where she was told she's got 30 days to live. That's all we know. Stupid. Zoe and Carter did look good together. I hope they don't kill her off. I really hope that somebody else dies instead, since they said somebody is going to die. I would love for Hope and Thomas to be having sex and Brooke walks in. That would be amazing. He's fired. So now he's going to focus on directing and other projects. Yes, I mean, I think that's one of the number one complaints about Bold and Beautiful. People called NBC, called CBS. They tweeted, they cried, they begged, they pleaded, and now Hope barely has scenes with Beth. You actually see Steffi more with her daughter than you see Hope with hers. You know, hell, you don't even see her around Douglas anymore. She's working. I'm so tired. Yeah, yeah, especially since they were technically kind of broken up at the point. You know, she didn't accept his ring. She kind of brought it on herself. Exactly. Well spoken. I hate that Sally last love interest might be Wyatt. And then what happens if Sally dies and Wyatt now what would be interesting is if Wyatt married Sally on her deathbed and then she didn't die and she was now his wife and she was not interested in divorcing. You know, that would be cool, but I don't trust the writing on the show to do anything like that. The Tom Jump storylines are ending in February, so they're gonna have to find out this month. So we got like 2 more weeks, but I don't think they're gonna have Tom Jump storylines in March. We'll see, but I read that it ends in February. That's why they're wrapping everything up. If you notice, every storyline since the Tom Jump is coming to a close. So even Jordan's murder, all of it is coming to a close, which is also a reason why it could be a dream because every plot this began with the Tom Jump is being wrapped up, including Lonnie and Lonnie's wedding. So it's all being wrapped up. Okay, what's this one? I hope they will put um I doubt it. I doubt it. Most of these streaming services are looking for a younger audience, and I don't know any younger audience in their demographic that's going to look at Days of Our Lives from episode 1 to episode 13,753. you'll be lucky if they give you a couple years, just like the rest of the storylines. And also, there's a lot of space on their hard drives, and you know, and they're barely renewing the show. So, like I said, I don't think they're going to do it. So, even though hardcore fans would probably watch from episode 1 to episode 13,753 and new episodes, but actually, I probably wouldn't go back any further than the 80s. If, as a viewer, I wouldn't care about anything that wasn't maybe even 90s. I don't even need the 80s, but I think in the 90s is when most of the soaps were at their prime. But I do not think that um, they're going to put all those episodes online. Yes, yes. Reading that Julie's faking her heart attack lets us know that Julie knows the truth. Um, so, and somebody's gonna slap her because this is a soap opera, and it'll probably be Julie. See, Bold and Beautiful, I don't really care about it, so I usually binge watch it on Friday. So I watched it. I haven't seen today's episode, but I started watching it again this week just to make sure that I don't have to, since we're filming Friday, that I don't have too much to binge on Friday. So, but as I watch these Bold and Beautiful episodes, I realize I ain't missed nothing. I think the Fashion Showdown. Um, I think the Fashion Showdown will probably be when Sally might die, or somewhere around there that time, if she does die. Um, because I know it's coming up, so they'll probably do it at the end of February. You got to remember, Bold and Beautiful is like at least a week or two behind because of the Trump trial, impeachment trial. So Bold and Beautiful was the only one that really stopped putting up episodes like twice. They they started like put up like 1 or 2 episodes online, and then they just stopped again. So Bold and Beautiful is definitely like a week and a half behind on their story. So their February sweeps will definitely extend into March because they're behind. Only soap opera that's not behind is Days of Our Lives because they kept playing their show regardless. So JB, it's a tie between Days of Our Lives and General Hospital. Although today's episode of General Hospital was boring as hell, just boring. We got 3 more minutes. Yeah, Bold and Beautiful is very repetitive. They at this point they only had to change the scripts. They're saying the same things over and over again. But that's all soaps. Even when they put them on Netflix, you're not getting like 50 seasons of a show, you know, but not Netflix, but a streaming service. They're not going to give you 50 seasons of a show. Some of these shows have been on for 50 years, and they're not going to go back 50 years of stories. No one's done it. Now, if they do it, I'll be the first to report it. But don't get your hopes up. They're not even they're not even putting Days of Our Lives up on the same day. It's the only streaming service with a soap opera that don't put same day episodes on. So Hulu puts General Hospital on like 7, 8 o'clock at night, and same thing with CBS All Access. But NBC, they already reported that they're not putting Days of Our Lives on as a same day episode. So that tells you how much they care about back episodes and new episodes, actually. I miss all my children. I really want them to bring it back and stop teasing me. Good night, Honey Smile 320. Me too, China Doll. Me too. They need to just go on ahead and call us. Yeah, Bold and Beautiful is just boring. Yeah, I think the '90s is when the shows were the most fun. The '80s were decadent and they can be fun too, but I think that most likely I would prefer going back as far as the '90s. Any further back than that, I think that it would really be too much time consuming for me with everything else I got to watch. So, um, okay, Tori. Well, Cable's probably watching, so um, you know, unfortunately, he had to work, so he couldn't be here today. And any last minute questions? So, good night, everyone. It's 9:59. It's almost 10 o'clock. It's almost time to sign off. Any last minute things? And I agree with you. '90s were more willing to take risks, and they also had more money to do that kind of stuff too. They bombard us with flashbacks, but just so does Bold and Beautiful. Bold and Beautiful only goes back 5 years, but I don't think the streaming service is going to put that much energy into 50 years of episodes. I'm just saying, I don't want anybody to get their hopes up. Just be pleasantly surprised if they do. But there's nothing I've read that said that they're going to show all 13,000 episodes of Days of Our Lives. Nothing. Like, I see some good nights coming in. Good night, China Doll. Good night, Willie, Lily, Anne, Sophia, Big Brother, Days of Our Lives. Well, the guy that plays Sonny, I forgot his name now. I'm getting tired. But he said that he thinks that's the future of Days is to be on streaming only within 2 to 3 years. The problem with using like Stefano Demir flashbacks is they had to pay the estate. If you notice, they show flashbacks, but usually it pertains to the actors that are already on the show. But anytime they show flashbacks of actors that aren't on the show anymore, they got to pay them. So that's more money out the budget. So that's why we don't get flashbacks from too far back. Last Blast flashbacks made sense because they're trying to remind people of who these people were. And I don't know what you're talking about, but I've got to say good night, everybody. Good night, Rosemary, Big Brother, Tori, Cherie. You're welcome, Cherie. Good night, Tori. Good night, everyone. Thank you for watching. I really enjoyed everyone here today, and I will catch you in the next video. Thanks again.